Now the next exercise is to draw involute curve. See, try to see this word involute. Now we are going to learn to draw involute curve. Now what is involute curve? Now these involute curves are drawn for triangles, for square, for pentagon, for hexagon, for circle. So you can read here, draw involute for a triangle, for pentagon, for hexagon, for circle. Now what we are going to do is, we are now looking at this figure. In this figure, the involute is drawn for a square, So they have drawn one square A, B, C, D. This square is drawn, you can see here. This ABCD is a square that is drawn, and what is drawn here, this curve that is drawn, this curve is called the involute curve for this square. So this involute curve is drawn for this square. Now for our case, the problem says like this. So what you do is, you write here, in your case, draw involute of a square, of size 30 millimeter by 30 millimeter. So this is a 30 millimeter by 30 millimeter square, and on this square, for this square, we are going to draw the involute curve. Now how this involute curve is drawn, that is what we are going to learn. So the procedure will go like this. First we draw the square of size A, B, C, D, and the length is 30 millimeter, 30 millimeter, 30 millimeter, 30 millimeter, which you can easily draw. After drawing that, now we have to draw involute curve. Before we do that, let us try to understand the meaning of this involute curve, what it means. Now try to imagine that on this square is like a box, and you have taken one rope, you have taken one thread. That one end of the thread is tied here at A, and now the thread you are going to wind like this. So your thread goes from here, 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 and the thread ends here. So the length of the thread is exactly equal to 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30. So the length of the thread is 130 into 4 is how much? 120. So we take a thread of length 120 millimeters. One end of the thread is here, and the second end of the thread is again here. Both the ends are here. Now imagine that one end is fixed, one end of the thread is fixed, and the other end of the thread, suppose you are tying, or you have fitted one pencil. So pencil is fitted on the other end of the thread. Okay, and now what are we going to do? Now we are going to unwind the rope. Now this rope which is winding, the rope is wound on the square, that you are now going to make it loose. So you are going to unwind. So what do you do? Now when you unwind the rope, this pencil will move in this direction like this. Because now you are going to remove the rope. The thread that is around the square, that thread now you are going to remove. And when you remove the thread, the pencil that is connected at the end of the thread, that pencil is going to draw one arc. So whatever shape the pencil is going to draw, that shape is called as involute shape. So what will happen when you start moving like this? This part of the thread, okay, this part of the thread, it will move like this, so that this becomes the center and this becomes the circle. So the pencil will move like this, and the thread will have this point as a center. So in other words, we have drawn one circle, part of a circle, whose center is at B, and this is the quarter circle, 1/4 circle we have drawn. Correct? So your pencil has drawn a circle like this. So when you draw, you take your compass with B as a center and B to A is a radius, draw a circle like this, and you draw one straight line and draw this circle up to point P1. After P1, what happens? Now if you move further, now the radius will change. The center is now not B, the center is now going to be C. The center of the circle is now going to be C, radius of the circle is going to be C to P1. So with this much length, this becomes the radius, and the pencil goes like this, and the center of the circle is here. So this C to P becomes radius, and you draw one circle, part of a circle from here to here with the center at C. So how do you do that? You draw one construction line like this, and this circle when you draw by compass, that compass circle will intersect here, so you stop here. After that, what happens now? Now when the thread goes further, now the radius of the thread is going to be this much. because now the center is shifted from C to D. So this much radius will move like this. Okay, so again you take center here and you draw a circle like this. So your circle will come up to here. After that, now when you move further, now the center will shift from D to A, and this much thread, how much is this thread? 120, because 30, 30, 30, 30. So this thread of radius 120 degrees, it will move like this. So pencil now will move like this, and center will be at A, radius is this much, and the arc will be drawn like this. So what you have done? You have drawn two quarter circles. 1/4 circles you have drawn, one from center B, this much, next from center C, this much, next from center D, this much, and next from center A, this much. So that finally the thread of length 120 mm is seen like this. This is the length of the thread 120 mm. Now this is removed from the square. Earlier it was surrounding the square like this. Now you have opened the rope thread and the thread has come and stopped here. Okay, so this shape is called as the involute of a square. What you have done is you have drawn a curve. This curve is called as involute, and drawn this. We have drawn the involute for the square. Therefore, this is called as involute of a square. So this figure, if you see, this figure is drawn as an involute. This is an involute curve, and this involute curve is for the square. So we have done involute for square of size 30 mm as one exercise. And after that, now we are going to draw some more involutes. See, the next exercise is figure 4.45, and here we are going to draw involute of a triangle. So you have to draw a triangle of size 30 by 30. So you draw the size triangle 30, 30, 30, and now you draw involute of a triangle. So what you will do? From A to P1, you draw a circle whose center is B. After B, the center changes to C. So you draw next circle. First you draw a circle with B as a center, B as a radius. This much you have drawn, cutting this line. You draw a line here. Then the center changes from B to C. This becomes the radius, and you draw the circle like this, keeping C as the center. You reach up to here, you have drawn one line here, so you stop here. After that, when you move further, now the pencil has got center here, radius this much, so the pencil moves like this and it stops here in this line. So the shape of the involute is like this, which is the involute of a triangle whose size is 30 mm. After that, next thing is this figure. Here you have to draw involute of a pentagon. Now this pentagon you have to draw. The size of the pentagon we are taking 20 millimeters, only 20. This was 30, earlier square was also 30, but this we are taking 20. So first thing is you draw is a pentagon of size 20 by 20 by 20. And the procedure we have explained earlier. After that, the rope, you imagine one rope is wound on this. The end of the rope, there is a pencil. Now this pencil, when you unwind the rope, the pencil is going to draw this shape. So first B as a center, B as a radius, this much curve. Then center changes from B to C. So C as a radius, this much is the radius. C as a center, this much is the radius. Draw this arc. Then the center changes from C to D. D to this is the radius. Center as D, and then you draw like this. When you reach here, the center changes from D to E. So this much is the radius. E is the center. Draw this arc. When you reach here, the center changes from E to A, and now A is the center. This much is the radius. Draw an arc like this in this line, and the involute is complete. So your involute starts from this point A, then P1, P2, P3, P4, and then P5. So this shape is called as the involute shape. The involute you have drawn for a pentagon. You have drawn involute for a pentagon of size 20 mm. Okay, so this becomes our next exercise. So we have explained different exercises. Total we have discussed 12 exercises. This is exercise number 12. Okay, so now what we do is, when you do this, now I will send you this information again on the group. Problem number 1, figure number so and so. So like that, problem number, last problem is this. Problem number 12, figure number this. So now what you do is, when you do all these exercises, for each exercise here you have to write, see for example here, you write here, you draw one small circle, and inside the circle you write 12 number, because this is problem number 12. And what is the statement of the problem? Draw an involute for a pentagon of size 20 mm. So that is the title of this problem. The problem number is 12. Draw an involute curve for a pentagon of size 12 mm, and below that this will be the figure, and below the figure you write the actual figure number from the book. Okay, so like that, this is one problem. Like that, for all the problems whatever we have discussed, you draw one small circle, inside the circle write the problem number, then write the statement of the problem, then you draw the problem, and below the problem you write the figure number. The procedure you don't have to write. Procedure only you have to read, and once you read the procedure you understand, and according to that you draw. So for your case, you will find that you are going to draw 12 different figures. This is the last figure. Like that, I have explained to you 12 figures. So all the 12 figures you will draw with the figure number, the problem title, and then the figure, and then the figure number. So each problem will have these many things, and you are now going to draw this as your practice sheet number P2. So like you have drawn P1, this is going to be your P2, and for this P2, what do you do? For this P2, you make a same kind of a border and other things what I have discussed for P1. Only the title for the P1 was Basics of Engineering Graphics. Now for P2 the title is Geometrical Constructions. Title is Geometrical Constructions. Number is P2. Then you write your name, and then the roll number you are not given yet, so keep that blank. Date, you have to put today's date in the nameplate. So that becomes your practice sheet number 2. You can draw few figures on front side and few figures on the back side. Now which figure you draw where, that you can decide yourself. Okay, I leave it to you to decide and draw according to whatever space is available. And as I said earlier, what is dark and what is light, that is already decided. So for involute shape, the involute curve is dark, and then the object is drawn. So the pentagon or square or the triangle, this should be dark, and all the rest of the lines, they should be light. So like that, for each of the problems, the main actual, suppose you have drawn ellipse, then the ellipse is dark, the rest everything is light. And then you have to do the lettering. Say like in this case there is lettering, there is P1 written, A written, B written. So here you have to follow whatever rules we have learnt for preparing the lettering. So with those rules you have to draw these letters. You are not going to draw this letter as per your usual handwriting. Some of you may be using cursive handwriting, that is okay for notes. But here you are not supposed to use cursive handwriting. You are supposed to use the letters what we have learnt. Whatever we have learnt, according to those letters, we have to put these letters here wherever it is written, either numbers or letters. Everything is as what we have practiced. As per that you have to draw. Okay. So they are all our practice sheet number 2. All the problems, 12 problems on practice sheet number 2, and you have to upload them. You have to complete this P2 and upload them before 1 week. So today we have learnt. So the exactly 1 week after today is the date of completion. Before that, any time you can submit, but the maximum time you can take is 1 week. Okay, so that becomes your practice sheet number 2. The title is Geometrical Constructions.